All right, viewers out here today with Real Life TV 100. We're here with Eagle Ridge Mall Manager in Lake Wells, Florida, Curtis Gibson. How you doing, Curtis?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, I'm here and my channel, I do interviews with homeless people, people on addiction, and all of them, basically stories of people, the negative. So I want to do something positive. And I seen you on the internet and you're very well spoken. And I just thought you would be a good person to show that if a person really want to make it, man, they can. And we all, from Lake Wells. So, we didn't come from Beverly Hills. So we didn't grow up rich.
Right.
So you had to be something in you to make you want to be, positive. Against all odds, man, you still made it. So how long you been? Let's start with your childhood. Okay. You was born and raised in Lake Wells, right?
No, actually, I was born in Rochester, New York. So in the projects from the city. I was born in 1984. So I kind of saw a whole different vibe up there up to the age of 12, because I moved down here when I was 13 with my parents to the state of Florida, so Lake Wells. But I seen a lot of stuff in New York, things that you probably wouldn't want your child to see. And I look back to my child age of saying that's what I did not want to do. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to really turn my life around because I seen so many brothers and sisters get locked up into the penitentiary for just doing, little minor things. But that's what I did not want to do. So I wanted to be an example and be able to help other people. How you can come from something to turn out to something good. So when I came here to Lake Wells, I finished school, graduated at Lake Wells High School. Uh-huh. From there, I took some years off to go back to New York. Went up there to try to do some work and live my life and raise my family. And then I came back in 2013 to Lake Wells. From there, I saw that Lake Wells was still the same.
I agree with that.
So I wanted to be that person to help change Lake Wells into something better. So after praying and contemplating over 2 years, I decided to run for office. Never had no experience or anything, so I ran for mayor the first time. I was unsuccessful, but I did meet a lot of people and a lot of connections, and had met some people that gave me some advice. In 2017, I was elected as the city commissioner, the youngest African American commissioner in Lake Wells. Wow. In 2017. From 2017, I had a personal stumping block when I first got elected. I thought it was going to be something that was going to diminish me, okay, and take me out. Personal issue, okay, but it didn't. Okay. I went up against the odds. I trusted the law, the justice system to do what they had to do, and we overcame that. I was exonerated for anything that was alleged against me. But I never forced myself to leave. I stood up in humility, and still did my job as a city commissioner. And then that next, 2019, I was reelected again as a city commissioner. So, like as one of my good mentors would say, I want my, he always would say, I want my work to represent me. So I try my best to make sure my work represent my character. And I probably have a lot of respect in the community because of who I am and the integrity that I do have. So if I can help anybody else, I would just say be true to yourself. Learn, I was able to learn from other people's mistakes, so I look at it as a blessing, so that it will help me to turn my life around to not go that route. And that's why I moved back to Lake Wells, is because I just didn't want that environment to trap me.
Yeah, so you you moved back to make a difference.
To make a difference.
And when you came back and you seen what was going on, you said, man, I want to make a difference in my town.
Correct.
Yeah. You was actually born in Rochester, but when you came, you was 13, so you got a lot of family here, so you got time.
You still Lake Wells, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll let you be a holler down there. I guess. Usually we don't let you build a house unless you were born and raised, in Lakewell. But since you like a good brother and you're helping me out, I guess we'll grandfather you in.
Okay, but you know what? I tell you what, my uncle Gut. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was he was Steelers, the football. The Steelers program, Lakewell's Highlander football, what have you. But he was trying to get me to come down here to play with him, so just never happened though. But yeah, I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to.
Okay. Did you ever have anything to do with the youth football program?
No, I supported it.
Okay.
I actually coached for about 3 years with them for the youth football program.
Okay, well that's where my uncle said he know you from. His son Broderick Neely.
Okay. Yeah.
Broderick Neely Jr. That's my dad's brother's son. So Junior is my first cousin.
Okay. Yeah. Because my thing was I was trying to get the city to build another like a youth football stadium. Because that's what Lakewell is all about, is really sports here in this community, and football being one of them is a pretty big one.
So did you go to, what about college after high school?
So after high school, like I said, I waited some years before I decided to go back to college. I was able to go to a community college, got my associate's degree. It took me some time. I would say, I stuck with it. So normally a 2-year associate's degree took me probably about 5, close to 6 years, because again, I was a single father of 2 children, and I was the mom and daddy.
Yeah.
So I did what I could, and I completed. I never gave up, but I also wanted to make sure I showed my kids that whatever you start, you can finish. So I finished that, and then right after that, I decided a few more years later down the line, after working in the Polk County School District, I was a para-educator, started from maintenance and worked my way up once I received that associate's degree. And then I decided that maybe I might want to be a teacher because, again, I loved it to do things around the youth, recreational, or anything like that. I wanted to help out. So then I decided to go get my bachelor's degree, and I got my bachelor's degree in business administration. So that was back in I finished that in 2022. 2022, I got my bachelor's degree.
Okay, so how long you been the manager of the mall?
I just hit my first year, which was December 19th of 2023. So I've been a mall manager for 1 full year. So this is going on in the second year. Okay.
So I know it was some things going on maybe some years ago. I think before you was manager, I kind of heard some rumors out there that the mall was gonna shut down and all this stuff. So how was things when you came in? I mean, how was your journey for getting it back together? I see that a lot of people say it's a lot of progress. I mean, you have made some changes and some things for the good. So how would you say, from your time you was here to where you progress now?
Well, this mall is special to our community because, not only did I not work, I worked here as well growing up. This was like the hangout spot. This was like the first mall.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In big mall on the east side of Polk County.
Yeah.
So people from Winter Haven, Lakeland, even, people were coming to Lakewell to shop. So I just wanted to capitalize on those memories.
Okay.
And wanted to make sure that we can stay around for a long time. So a lot of people think the mall is closed. We're not. The mall is doing very well the way it is. However, we did go through a little tumbling during the COVID in 2020. That pretty much diminished a lot of different businesses.
That hurt a lot of multi-billion-dollar businesses.
Yeah. So with that being said, so that hurt. And the owner that brought this mall in 2018. So think about that. He brought this mall. It was fully occupied in 2018 from the previous owners. The mall had probably about three different owners. So we're the fourth owner of this mall. So 2018, all the units were full, and then 2 years later, whatever, COVID hit. Businesses closing. People leaving, owner not knowing oh my God, was this a good decision? I can only imagine
Yeah,
Is this a
definitely.
good decision for me to make, at this time, and blah, blah, blah. But, he stuck it out. People wasn't paying rent. He still stuck it out. He still let them be those who stuck in here, because we have people that's been here for 20 years in this mall since it was built, just about almost. So he stuck it out, and then there was 3 different managers at this mall. So I'm the 4th that I can think of. It probably was more than that, but
I think when I years ago, maybe like in not too long after the mall opened, maybe 4 or 5 years later, it was another guy. I don't know if you know him now. He's from Lake Wells. He was the manager. His name was Tony Jordan.
Tony Jordan.
Do you know him?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. He lived on. I can't think of
So
what
he
it.
must have started with the original owners.
I think he was the original owner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
from Lake Wells.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because
Do you know any Jordans?
yes.
Okay. Well, he definitely some kinship. I don't think, but one family I can think of that's the Jordans
Really.
in Lake Wells. He's definitely he's been here, born and raised here. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they mom and his dad. Let me see. Well, no, I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tony was from. I think Waverly. I believe.
Really?
I think Waverly.
Oh.
But he definitely had ties in Lake Wells, though.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't too much know the history of all the managers, but I know of the last 3 under this ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to come in this mall with a mindset of revitalizing it, filling the empty spaces, and also driving foot traffic, and support the businesses within the mall. Because a lot of people depend on this mall being open. I mean, I got hundreds of people, thousands of employees at this mall. Compared to all the businesses we have, there's probably about 65 businesses within this mall now.
Oh yeah.
I only have 95 units total. So we're over that halfway thread, for being fully, getting close to being fully occupied.
So what are the most successful? Like I know one time, don't you have like a I guess like got a lot of black owned businesses here too, right? Like
Oh yeah. I mean, we have. I mean, you name it, from hair salons to barbershops to schools, churches, your regular retail business, shoe stores, clothing stores, antique stores, entertainment, from bowling alley to arcades to escape rooms to the movie theaters.
what about the Blue Note?
Blue Note was here.
You say was?
Yeah, they was here.
What happened?
To me, I thought they were doing very well. The plan was that they were going to open every day of the week, but they were only opening on the weekends, nighttime. So from like 9 to 2 in the morning. But they were always, fairly packed during the 3 days they were open.
Yeah, I kind of heard about it. I don't really like go like
Yeah.
hang out too much at night like that, but
Right.
I heard it was like pretty nice place to
Yeah,
go.
I mean, the food was good. They specialize in more like seafood, so it was like shrimp, oysters. Their chicken was really good. French fries was good. So I mean, their menu of food was good. It was drawing people. I just wish they was open a little bit more, so that they could build the clientele that they were looking for. Now you got to understand that business was coming from Orlando, so they have like 3 other businesses in Orlando.
Oh, that was owned by somebody in Orlando?
Mm-hmm. Black-owned company.
Oh, okay. I thought it was locally owned by somebody. Okay.
Yeah, black-owned from Orlando. So they would actually, their staff was doing double duty. So they would come from up there to come down here to work at night from their other location. So I can only imagine it was being burnt out. I tried to tell them, hey man, do like a hiring spree or something. Just help you condense your employees of being burnt out. So one day they just decided that they were closing their doors, and I was like, oh, that's a shame.
Wow.
Yep.
Just like that.
Just like that. I will stress to people, if you sign an agreement with someone, you might want to honor your agreements. because your word is all you got. Your
Okay.
word is your bond. But we don't want nobody to fail at the mall. We try our best to help people. Even myself, I try to help. How can I help you support your business? Because just like you, I would be starting some sort of interviewing with my business owners or managers at the mall just to ask them how you get to where you are today. What did it take you to say, I think I'm going to start a business.
Yeah.
How long did that take? Did you just save up a pot of money, or did you get your loan, or what avenues did you take to be able to say, okay, I got enough money to at least start it?
Yeah.
And but also people have to realize it's not learning from going to school business 101. You have to at least have a 5-year plan, and knowing that your first 3 years you might see red.
Okay. Yeah.
It may just barely pay for itself.
Mm-hmm.
But until you build up that clientele, after your 3rd year, your 4th year, you should start seeing some progress in the black, and then your 5th year, you should be making you some money. But it's also strategy. Location is everything. Marketing is everything, and just being friendly. Showing your face, smiling. Smiley face. Consistency. All that takes place.
Okay, so when you took the job at the mall, how old were you when you
38.
38?
Yep.
And you say how old are you now?
I'm 39.
39? Okay, so that's probably one of the youngest mall managers too. Probably.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good thing. So what about opportunities here? If somebody they was thinking about, maybe starting a business or something in the mall. I mean, what steps?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably the I would say, and I'm probably going out on a limb saying this, but I would say we're probably the most affordable commercial rental space in the state of Florida. Right now we're offering to pay your lights and your water. That consists of you filling out an application, doing a financial, showing us your financial statements for at least up to 3 years. And then it requires of a letter of intent telling us what you're trying to do, what type of business you're bringing. And, you put up your first month and your security deposit, which is similar to your first month. And then you get the keys once everything is approved. Now I will say we don't want to hurt other businesses within the mall. So we try to look for businesses that's not the same.
Yeah, that's not the same.
So we're not trying to hurt everybody's pocket. So,
yeah.
But we're trying to give people a variety of stores to shop from.
Okay. Hey man, I appreciate this interview. It was really good. I kind of wanted to do it last week, and you kind of rescheduled. I said, man, I hope you don't do it, because I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And especially somebody from my hometown, and then to find out, who you related to. That's almost like family now, because I know everybody, your whole family.
That's right.
But like I say, man, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, neither I, came up, rich or anything, had the way paid for, so you had to earn what you got. To anybody out there, the youth, or anybody out there that have doubts about whether they can make it or not, what would you say to them?
Pray. Have faith and believe, and try to think positive versus negative. That's what I instilled in my life. If I think positive, I will do positive, and positive will come. If you think negative, you're gonna unfortunately do negative, and then negative things going to come. So that attract. So what I did was I prayed. I asked God to guide me, and I just believed and have faith. And most importantly, I just wanted to make sure I make my parents proud. I wanted to show being that prime example for my kids, to let you can, no matter what struggle you go through, just believe you're gonna outcome it. But you got to do positive things. So that's all I can say to anybody.
Okay.
But and also don't be afraid to ask. You know, have someone that you're very close to, or even if you don't know, but you see them being, successful. Ask them how you became successful. And thankfully, I have people in my life that helped me and mentored me to where I am today too.
Okay, man, we're gonna wrap it up. Like I said, I appreciate you, and you have a good day, man. We're gonna try to keep in touch.
Yes, sir.
To my journey to helping people, and hopefully one day maybe you can be involved in something we do later down the road.
Yeah.
I would definitely appreciate that. So man, we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate it. You have a good day, and
Thank you.
I'll see you later, man.
See y'all.